Block 36 TNT Tech, the better TNT spam. Before I start the video, I just want to thank Color for fact checking how TNT works inside of Block 36. On the 25th of January 2022, this Bilibili user made this video where they showed the first instance of a Block 36 TNT spam based nether tree farm. It crushed the previous records for self-sustaining, playerless nether tree farms. The concept was actually very simple. One would create a setup where a TNT is trapped inside a cobblestone block and move this block towards the tree as the TNT explodes. This is where the Block 36 part of the name comes in. When you move any block in the game, the block will become a Block 36 for a short moment. In this short moment, the block loses 95.5% of its blast resistance. That means that the TNT doesn't lose its power like if it was trapped in the block while it's stationary. But why put the TNT inside a block, you might ask? Wouldn't it be simpler to just yeet the TNT in midair towards the tree? Well, yes, but the reason why we trap the TNT inside a block is to stop the TNT from killing items. When a TNT explodes inside a block, the TNT can blow up the blocks around it, but it will only deal 1 HP of damage to the items in an 8 blocks radius. Knowing that an item has 5 HP, that lets us hit the items a few times before the item dies, whereas a loose TNT would kill the items. So let's take another look at Tulu's module in slow motion. There's a cobblestone generator that always generates a line of cobblestone right there. Once we have our line of cobblestone, we send a TNT in front of it and then generate another cobblestone inside the TNT by using this lava source right here. When the TNT is encased, we can trigger the pistons at the back that will push the TNT towards the tree. This type of module is what we'll call a padded Block 36 TNT module, because it uses the stone blocks as a padding that will protect the inside of the module when the TNT blows up. There are a few different ways to make a Block 36 TNT module, so we kinda need a way to differentiate them. Now let's take a look at the other types of module and how they are different. Following Tulu's nether tree farm, Krebs shared the video on the Huge Fungi Augur's Discord, mentioning that it's Scorpio who found it. And Color, being the nether tree farm enthusiast he is, immediately saw the effectiveness of this new tech and decided to give it a go.
Now at the moment, it takes around like a minute and a half for the TNT dupers to take out a whole tree, which is ridiculous. So my idea is, because these TNT that get trapped in the cobblestone don't deal any damage to items. Well, they deal 1 damage, but I'll talk about that later. Because they don't deal any damage to items, I'm just going to spam TNT and take out the whole tree in one go, rather than launching TNT from the side every like 5 seconds or so. So this should make it a lot faster, from like 90 seconds to maybe 5 seconds, which is huge. Like that's the difference between this farm running on a computer and it not.
At first, the modules used ancient debris, but later, some idiot decided to download someone else's module and swap the ancient debris for waterlogged stairs, and it really worked that easily. Instead of pushing a line of cobblestone, we're gonna juggle the blocks with these 3 pistons right there. We have a stone generator on the side and a blast resistant block on the other side. The middle piston is going to push the stone in the blast resistant block outwards. As you can see, there's no zero ticking occurring here. So how's the waterlogged stair not exploding? Well, it's thanks to a nifty magic trick that will make the first block pushed by the piston stationary, at the same time that the rest of the blocks in front will be moving blocks. It's very simple, let me show you. We just need to time the explosion with the last tick of a sticky piston's pushing animation. But why is the first block solid while the others aren't? For that, we have to take a look at the order of the operations performed in a game tick. The first block pushed by the piston is going to be counted in the block event phase. During this phase, the moving block is going to transform into a solid block again. Soon after this phase, we will have the entity phase, where the TNT is going to explode. So the block is solid because it stopped moving before the TNT exploded. even though it all happened in the same game tick. The rest of the blocks in this chain belong to the block entity phase, and they are processed after the TNT explosion, so they're still counted as moving blocks when the TNT explodes. That was an insertion-based module. Insertion-based Block36 TNT modules work by inserting a blast-resistant block behind the Block36 where the TNT is encased. That block will pretty much always be an ancient debris or a waterlogged stair. And for the final type of Block36 TNT modules, I know the story better because I made them, so I can give better details. Ever since 2020, when the Nether update came out and brought us Nether trees, I've been designing Nether tree farms. I would often look on YouTube if I could find new videos about self-sustaining, player-less Nether tree farms. One day, I found Contreras' channel and binge-watched his Nether tree farm streams, in search of new knowledge that would help me make the fastest self-sustaining, player-less Nether tree farm. And in this video, Contreras showed Tudu's first generation module and tried making the first second generation module. I was blown away by the genius of this tech. I needed to try and create my own. I knew that I didn't want to use ancient debris because it is a non-renewable block, so I made my first proof of concept on this Reddit post. It featured a flying machine pushing the cobblestone forward with the TNT encased in it. Here's how I typically make a module like that. I generate stone that will fill this tunnel, then I send the TNT right here. I'm then going to use this piston right here to encase the TNT inside of the block stream, and then it's time to push the block stream out of the module. These are what we'll call bridged Block36 TNT modules. Bridge modules happen to be the perfect fit for the player-less and self-sustaining Nether tree farms. That's because they allow to pierce the tree and explode the TNT in the center instead of on the side. It's therefore more efficient than the other modules. But it's the only real place where it shines, because it's more laggy and slower than the other modules. If you want to get your hands on these Block36 TNT modules, I invite you to join the Huge Fungi Augurs Discord. We archive a bunch of them, and there are some that are just there sitting doing nothing in these channels. I think this has been a pretty decent summary of the current state of Block36 TNT tech as it is right now. And if you think I forgot something, please let me know in the comment section. And otherwise, thanks for watching, and bye bye.